So I just got back from seeing Jurassic World Rebirth, and quick review of that. I think it's much better than the last two. I personally thought the last two were really not good. This is easily the best one since Jurassic World 1. I think it is probably more on par with that movie or maybe JP3. But yeah, you should definitely go see it. I think Spielberg being more hands on helped. David Kep, the writer of the first two movies, came back. And then Gareth Edwards, I think, is a much better director than Colin Trevorrow. But anyway, I am here to do stupid ads everywhere. I'm here to do a tier maker now, since I've now seen the seventh movie. It's crazy to say that there's seven movies. I've been calling it Jurassic Park 7, Jurassic World 4 Rebirth, because it's what it is. So somebody made the Jurassic Park and World franchise tier list. There's a little 7. Now let's do the easy one. Just get the first one out of the way. Boom. I mean, is there anything? Is there any disputing that? I don't. I think there's. I think it's a near perfect movie. There's really not much else I could say about it that hasn't been said. Like it's an all time classic. So I don't. I mean, what is there to talk about? It's like it's an amazing movie. So I think if you don't put, I think you're insane if you put it any lower than S. So I don't know if anybody that would ever do that. So the more interesting stuff is the sequels to talk about. So screw it. Let's just go in order. The Lost World. Where this is going to be tough because I don't. I think I got to put it in B. Yeah, because you can tell Spielberg was kind of. I mean, he was running out of gas with this franchise. He admitted that he got kind of bored with it halfway through. I'm one of those people that doesn't like the second half, the San Diego stuff. There's people that love that stuff because it's like a Godzilla homage. I personally don't like it. I would have preferred the whole movie be set on Isla Sorna, but of course we didn't get that. But it's got great moments, like the raptors in the tall grass. My favorite scene, which is I think it's everyone's favorite scene, is the trailer over the edge of the cliff, and Eddie Carr tries to save them, and all that stuff is great, I think. And then like them hunting, like just capturing the dinosaurs. They got good characters. Oh, the scene with the two T-Rexes are like in the tent. The compies, like there's so many little moments in that movie, but overall the movie is still a B. I don't think it's even an A. It's much weaker than it's not nowhere near as tight of a script as the first one, even though it's the same writer. But it's got great moments, and I think the moments added up are better than the entire film as a whole. Because it doesn't quite gel, because it does feel like two movies mashed together when you get to the end, which we will talk about more when we get to this piece of crap. That's another one that feels like two movies mashed together. Now, so this is a subjective list, right? It's not an objective list. I'm not saying, all right, although this one might be objectively an S. Objectively, probably Lost World's probably more like a C or a D, but I'm going by personal taste here. You can disagree if you want. So this one might be crazy to some people, but I'm putting JP. Oh, am I putting it in A or? That's. I was gonna put it straight into A, but I don't know, man. It's got some dumb stuff in it. Can I, in good conscience, put it in A? I don't know. I don't know. If there was like something between A and B, I would put it there. Let's put it here for now, in front of Lost World at B. Let's call it B plus. If this was a B plus, if they had plus and minus here, I didn't edit the ratings myself. I just used this one that someone made. But JP3, it's the one I have the most nostalgia for. I was, I think, 6 years old when it came out. I like had all the stuffed animals. I bought the game on Game Boy. I have such nostalgia for it, and it's so that might be some of it, but it's a dumb 90-minute B movie. It's a monster movie. It's not trying to be anything else. Like they have a I mean, that's what the rest of the franchise has become. They have the dinosaurs. There is no story. The first one is really the one that had the story from the book, and the series that continued on with dinosaurs. Like all that they're given is like, all right, make a story. Like write stories around dinosaurs. That's all they have to do now. It's like pick out which dinosaurs you want to show in the film, and then write a script around that. And that's what they've been doing ever since 2. So, well, 2 was also a poor adaptation of the book, but we've been going with no books for 5 movies now. So 3 it's just like it's nonstop. It's just a nonstop 90-minute dumb action movie, and I kind of love it for that. There's some dumb stuff like the Spino just standing there with and not attacking them, like that kind of stuff. But it's fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's fun. I think it's more fun than The Lost World. So I changed my mind last second. I can't put it at A. But now let's get to the World films. Jurassic World. We're done with Park. Jurassic World. It came out 14 years after Jurassic Park 3. I remember seeing it. I was very hyped. But I think it goes here still. I know there's going to be a lot of B's here. I don't even know if there's going to be an A. It's going to be S and then the rest are B. But is it better than JP3? That's a tough one. And is it better than Lost World? I don't think so. I think Spielberg is a better director. Colin Trevorrow is no Steven Spielberg, and neither is Joe Johnston. But I think this works, having it right here. It was basically Jurassic Park Awakens. It was like The Force Awakens, what they did. They just basically retold the same story, slightly differently, though. This time the park worked, and it's been open for like 10 years, and they start genetically modifying things because people are bored, and it inevitably goes wrong. So it could have been better, but like the premise is cool, and I think they did a good job. Maybe even great. No, not great. A good job on the premise. Even though, like, if Spielberg had directed it, it might have been like an A. But as it stands now, I think it's good. So I'm going to put that at B. But I still think it's probably not as good as Lost World. So now we get to, although we'll get to Rebirth, but we're going to get to the two big turds of this franchise. Fallen Kingdom. There's no, I really should I put this, should I change this to F? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spoil it. Wait, is there going to be can I add one? No. Actually, you know what? I don't know if it deserves an F. It's not like completely unwatchable. F is like for unwatchable trash. There are cool moments, but this is Fallen Kingdom is skirting close to F. It's not good. And it feels like two movies smashed together. It's the Isla Nublar why is there? I don't think it was ever established there was a volcano on that island in the first movie. Because why the hell would John Hammond build a park he's planning on keeping open for presumably forever? Why would he put that on a park or on land that is volatile with volcanic activity? There's no way he wouldn't have known that. So that was dumb. Building it there and then destroying the island too with it. But I wish that was the whole movie, them on that island again. But no, then you get into the dumber stuff. The second half in the mansion, you get a really stupid, and it sucks because the director is better. Like director is J.A. Bayona. He's much better than Colin Trevorrow. He's probably up there with Gareth Edwards, who I will get to later. And he's got some really cool shots. Like he has a visual eye and a visual style that I think is better than Colin, and yet he was saddled with a garbage script. So Colin, I think, wrote the second one, but he did not direct it. But it's not good. And then the whole retconning of, there was actually a co-founder of Jurassic Park, this Benjamin Lockwood guy, and it's like, who? This was never established. Like, this was a hardcore retcon. Never established that there was another founder. You know that they definitely would have used Richard Attenborough's character had he not died. Well, his character died at the end. No, he wasn't dead by the end of Lost World. So he was alive still by the end of Lost World, but then he died in real life, and then so they canonically killed him off, I think, around the time of Jurassic Park 3. So had he not died, that would have definitely been him, I think. And then the clone girl, don't even get me started on the stupid clone girl plot. That's the part that brings it down. Also, another thing that brings it down, Justice Smith makes me want to rip my ears off. He screams nonstop in this movie, and it's annoying. So let's say D minus, because that's the only one I think of the rest I'm going to put in D. That's an underscore. D, no, that's an equal. D minus. It comes very close to F, but not quite. And then we get to Dominion. This is another tough one, because it's almost as bad as You know what? C minus, almost a D. You know what saves it? Or no, it doesn't even save it. Like, it's still a bad movie. But uh, wow, with this scale, S being higher than A, that's the thing, is with this scale, B is more like C. There's no F. If you take out S and you only have A through F, then C becomes average. I'm not doing this like school grades. School grades, C would be average. But C is below average in this scale because we have S here. So think of it more of like a lot of Japanese games that use S tier for that kind of stuff. So think of it more as that kind of rating. So this is kind of like in terms of like school grades, this would be like D minus, and this would be like F. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I wanted S to be there. So yeah, C minus. Dominion had a lot of potential. Oh, God, you squandered bringing back the 3 original characters. They had some good moments. I'll give you that. Like there was some, but a lot of the times it felt like they weren't trying. Their characters felt different. They felt off. Like Ian Malcolm felt just very strange in this movie. Like even more so than his. He was fine in Fallen Kingdom for his one scene, but he just felt way different in this movie. I don't know what was up with that. And then they try to recreate the end sequence of Jurassic Park 1 where they're like stuck and they got to shut the thing down. They do that again, but with like combining the 2 casts. It doesn't really work. It's just boring too. Like even the extended cut is what I'm talking about. Yes, there is an extended cut. It's really long and it's plotting and it's boring. And they went with, I do appreciate that they brought it full circle. They brought Lewis Dodgson back from the first movie. In the process, though, they decanonized the game. They decanonized the Telltale Jurassic Park game, which stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to be streaming that today. They decanonized that because they actually made it to where Lewis Dodgson found the shaving cream can, and they did this whole. I know, like behind the scenes, Colin Trevorrow wanted to make like a Mac versus, or like Apple versus Android type story, or Apple versus Windows or something, where it's a rival company to InGen, and it's called Biosyn, which I think is from the books. But I did appreciate they brought that full circle with bringing Lewis Dodgson back, but again, they could have done so much better with that. It's just, the ideas were there, the execution, very poor. And that probably is because Colin Trevorrow is a much less experienced director than Steven Spielberg by a lot. I mean, he was brought in to make Jurassic World after, what, 1 movie? Safety Not Guaranteed. So he came back for this movie, and this was also after the canceled Star Wars Episode 9. So, and he did this. But, man, I mean, they did bring the 3 back. Star Wars didn't even get that. They didn't get a scene together, the 3 original characters. But, and there are good moments, little moments, especially with Grant and Ellie Sattler, that were cool little callbacks, and you kind of see where they are in their lives. There are good moments, but it's still not quite up to even this movie, up to B level. So it's got to go in C minus. I think it's only slightly better than Fallen Kingdom, not by much. Now we get to the most recent film, Jurassic World Rebirth. I just about 2 hours ago got out of the film, and I have to say, I think it's much better than the past 2. And believe it or not, I think it doesn't get A, but I think it's going to go here. If I could overlap it and put it right on top of Jurassic World, I think I would, because I think they're on par with quality. Although, but is it better than Lost? No, it's not better than Lost World. So David Koepp came back for it, like I said earlier, and it feels more like a smaller story, kind of like Jurassic Park 3. It's not as crazy. Like Dominion's like gallivanting all over the planet, like a big story, and this one's like just one island again, which makes it feel like the first movie or the third, or even the second. But it's even smaller than the second movie because they don't do some crazy let's go to the city at the end. It's a very simple plot. I don't want to spoil it, so go see it for yourself. But it's simple and well done. Gareth Edwards is like one of my favorite working directors right now. I actually really liked The Creator. I know a lot of people didn't. I do like Godzilla 2014, even though they don't show Godzilla that much. I like his visual style. I also like Rogue One. So when I heard he was doing this, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And he's good at scale. And he's got some great shots in this that are reminiscent of his Godzilla movie. And I mean, he's done all these monster movies now, and it makes perfect sense that he would do one like this. Although, I will say, I did. There was only like one thing I rolled my eyes at, particularly at the beginning, and you will know it. You will know it. All that I will say is Snickers bar. You'll understand what I'm saying. Snickers bar thing was dumb. But other than that, I thought it was well done, well executed. There was maybe one death that I thought was kind of unplausible, maybe one or two, but other than that, it's leagues better than the last two piles of trash. So, I'm being a little bit too harsh on Dominion, but I mean it deserves a lot of the hate. It's not a pile of trash. There are some good moments. So I think I'm okay with this list. So Jurassic Park, obviously an S. And at B, JP3, The Lost World, Jurassic World, and then the newest Jurassic World Rebirth. C minus, Jurassic World Dominion. D minus, nearly an F, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yuck. So let me know what you think. Is it crazy that we have 7 of these movies? I'll still watch them. I like seeing dinosaurs. I like that we have one high budget dinosaur franchise. That's really all it is now. Like, people want to see dinosaurs once every few summers, and so they come out with a new one. They fast tracked this one. We got this one 3 years after the last one, and if it makes another billion, the last three made $1 billion. If it makes another billion, they'll keep these going. We'll get a Jurassic Park 8 and 9. Yeah, it's crazy. But and then the writer of the new recent one said he would do more. So we'll see. Give me your ranking in the comments if you've seen Rebirth. If not, you can leave Rebirth off. Let me know what you think of my list. And like I said, I'll be streaming the game later on today probably. So check me out there. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, and I will see you next time. Peace out.